My brain is always functioning, and my frontal cortex contains the reasoning capacity. So I know that you will hook up with your friends for drink up, and that become the laughing stroke. Hell no. I also want to finish high school without any guy calling me his ex, without regrets in my life, without believing in yummy, switch, twisted lies. However, I want to finish high school with a mind open and a heart expressed, with a cute smile on my face, with success ready to embrace, opening its gates widely. And so once this done, I'm an empowered, effective teenage pseudo-messil.
She held her beads and said, "This is what I do." I said, "Monica, you're fabulous, you're talented, you're gorgeous. What about you find yourself?" So I started Fabulous Innovations Limited, inspired by that poem, but because of MEMPROW. So Fabulous Innovations Limited today is making a lot. I went further and further. I talked to doctor many times and said, "Look, I don't like where I come from." And doctor told me, "You're from my area. I don't like where I come from, yet I like you." It doesn't make sense. I said, fall in love with myself as a program. I fell in love with myself as an entrepreneur. I fell in love with myself as a fabulous girl. Because if I need to present the word the company stands for, what MEMPROW has rooted in me, then it made no sense. So currently, Fabulous Innovations Limited is what I am standing.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank Doctor for the love, care, and support that she has given us as an alliance. All the support she provided us as staff and members is more than just appreciated. It lies within our hearts as love given by her, and in our brains from all the lessons, advices, and mentorship given throughout her nesting. Most of us became feminists because of Doctor, and we appreciate your leadership. Most importantly, you do all what you do without no discrimination whatsoever. I know this is not the end. This is another journey for you. We shall all continue to reach out for whatever we need. Just promise us that you'll always be there for us. And just know that FEMA ladies and members and all the community of FEMA are always there for you, always there for your new journey, and are very excited to meet whatever you shall prevail.
And show me about MEMPROW. So I thought, oh, I'm actually just qualifying the recent past as an obstetrician gynecologist. So I'll be willing to work with young people. Most of my family, my daughter, I have mostly daughters. My husband is an individual species in the house, but he doesn't act like one. So I thought it was nice to get in and be part of this MEMPROW family. And I must say, just like I said, everybody here, all the resource persons have different stories to tell. She's been a friend to us, a confidant, a mentor, a mother. She has impacted us in so many different ways and inspired us. And personally, training young girls in sexual reproductive health and rights in many different parts of this country has been amazing. Most organizations will agree with me like to stay in the urban areas, but MEMPROW is one organization that has really gone out into the most rural areas, and the experience there has been a breath of fresh air. You know, all of us have life, and we make choices in our lives. Sadly, some people make the wrong choices. But Dr. Tadria is one person who consistently and correctly makes the right choices, and she really has this, service about self. On the first day, she will be there to encourage us and, to really say very nice things about us that there's no way we're going to do a short job at that trip. So, I watched her. She lives what she says. She lives the talk, she walks the walk, she is the big deal. There is nothing shady about her. we have learned a lot. As a person, I have loved working with these young girls, and it is amazing to see how even the young girl in the rural area, once you have trained her, sat down with her and talked to her, she can change. You empower her to be able to stand up for her rights, and that is very important. And I have watched this. Now, out of my interaction with her, one of the things I have done on a personal level is to start a small women's group back in the village with my co-women, as they call them, because they are not co-wives, but the women who have married into the village where I am married, and we just sit and we're like, what can you do to make your life better? And they told me a lot of stories how the men really, beat them down. They try to go and get jobs, just small casual jobs, and the men beat them to it, and then they'll charge a lower price to dig a field conveniently, and So we talk about a lot of things.
The policy that I read that makes you doubt Newton's first law of motion. So contented as though I own how many machines in my basement, I have nothing to lose. When you look at me with those squinting eyes, because biology composes my station, and I am scientified by nature as if God bestowed my existence to show, I have nothing to lose. I really have nothing to lose when you question my fashion that I express my love for style and poetry. And you wish you should be dead because I behave like I'm the only female residing in the mighty planet of Mars. I have nothing to lose. I really have nothing to lose when, with gentleness of supreme strength, I indulge calmness deep in its depth, so humble as though I'm about to be crowned as the next now. And you wish you should be dead because I can represent and become richer than Oprah Winfrey in just hours. I have nothing to lose. I really have nothing to lose. My life's youngster. I alter imagination into reality. I am too complete to compete. I am loved, adored, and cherished above all things by the Creator of all things, who is greater than all things. And perhaps you are a reflection.
I was in my senior two, but I've always shared this. When MEMPROW just came in our school to train our girls, we used to see the training because it was during holidays. So we boys, we used to despise whatever was taking place. I used to tell my friends, we are not going to join that club. We shall not join because. So I entered the classroom where the meeting was taking place. The first thing I was given was a newsletter from MEMPROW. The meeting took place, but all my mind was on the newsletter. When I opened it, my eyes landed on the photo of Dr. Tadria. I fell in love with the pig. Two things I will never forget in my life are a photo and the logo of MEMPROW. Those two things inspired me to open a newsletter, and I read every page. I want you to take this from me. By the time I finished the newsletter, I had already become a member of MEMPROW. So that's how I started joining MEMPROW. I told myself I will attend these meetings every day. And by the end of that term, I was one of the most active MEMPROW boys. The following term, the executive that was in that school club gave me a post of coordinating boys, because they realized that boys were not part of the club by that time. So they told me, Anthony, since you changed your lifestyle because of what you learned from MEMPROW, we are giving you a task of inviting at least 10 MEMPROW boys every meeting. I took up the responsibility. And by the end of the term, boys were almost out competing the girls in the club. I've gained so many things from MEMPROW. I've gained so many friends from MEMPROW. I've become a leader in the school because of MEMPROW. one thing I'll never forget was when the school administration invited me for a meeting, and all they were telling me was, we've done a survey in the school, and we've realized you're one of the most inspirational students in the school. And I was given a chance to edit the school magazine. And the best thing was that even the teacher who was heading the whole team was part of MEMPROW, and that's Madame Tiarim. I don't know if she's around, but I was given a chance to work with her. Little did they know that me and her were already friends because of MEMPROW. I took up the responsibility, I made the magazine. Till now, all teachers still call me to appreciate the work that I did. But all the privilege goes to MEMPROW. I've got so many friends, Madame Winnie, Dr. Asef, Doris, Lydia, and so many people. I talk with those people personally, one-on-one. And then the other best achievement that I've got from MEMPROW is that I was at work and I received a phone call. I'm not a person who picks new phone calls. When I receive a phone that is not having a name, I don't pick it. So I was like, oh, I should pick it maybe. So I picked it, and surprisingly, who was calling? That was Doctor. Doctor called my name. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Because I thought maybe Doctor had forgotten about me because I'm a Baptist. I left school a year ago. So Doctor told me something that I will keep on sharing even with my people till I die. Doctor said, I want you to give me the authority to include your story in my book. I couldn't even reject it, just thought I'd smile. Because I remember so many people sharing stories, but who was I that was chosen to be among them that would appear young? And Doctor, I want to promise you, when we publish that book, I will be the first person to get the book. I've got so many things.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that the individual pregnancy, the partner organizations, our resource persons, the local governments, the board, the family, the Tadria, we created time to be here. This is so precious for us. And it's a great opportunity for us to say thank you to Tadria. You've made changes in our lives. You've contributed a lot to who we are. For me personally, I met you at the tail end of 2014, before starting to work with them in 2015. And when I was interacting with Dr. Tadria, she asked me a few questions which nobody has ever asked me. And the way she asked me, it made me reflect a lot. But when I started before I actually started work, at first I phoned her with a page here and had a conversation. Next time I met her in January 2015, I found her in a meeting in the boardroom, and she didn't have her head here. So I looked at her. Sister woman, So I had to first look at her eyes, and then when she talked, I was able to recognize that she's the one, and I think she also sensed it. But and I'm like, okay, we are free to be the way we want. That's the privilege that I get from there. But during the interaction, she met a few staff members, and she told me to pitch in and also contribute to the discussion. And I was like, I'm not starting working. How can you trust me that much? And you would see that she listens in, And for me, that was great. And I knew that if I come to work at MEMPROW, it will be a great opportunity, a learning opportunity, and I will be interested. And since then, that's what I've been seeing.
My mother was plucked out of Gariaza High School at 15 years to get married. My mother, who is your grandmother, Robert Kapshenga, Patrice, who was your singer, Margaret Kachiragi. And the day of the wedding would have happened without her knowing, except that she had a brother, Mr. Bikangaga, who is Margaret's father, who came to her and said, Do you see that herd of cattle? Do you see women preparing bushera? It's for your wedding. I remember when my mother told me that story, that was a long-term pain for my mother. She was the first girl to go to Kayaza, but she couldn't go back because there were cows in the compound. So I asked her, why couldn't you refuse? She then told me, among the children, once cows have been brought to the compound, you cannot refuse. And so for me, to imagine today we still work with girls, where cows determine whether you go back to school or not, is painful. On the other hand, she led a great life. She fought back. She became a leader. If you went to Kigeza and said, where is Justina Fiska, people will tell you. And I learned from her that you can change your trajectory. That's why I say she's my role model. So, MEMPROW was my retirement job. I remember when I came, somebody made a joke about my husband. And he said, now you are married and now you are telling me your wife is doing something else. And I was sitting there. So, you mean she's not going to continue cooking for you? And we laughed. And my husband said, I have hands. I cook. I can cook for myself. She's not supposed to be here to carry me. And so, when you have people around you who affirm you, you can afford to be brave. For me, I know I have a privileged life. I had natural parents. I can only recall my parents meeting one child among 12 children once in the whole of our lives. I remember my parents saying, everybody has an equal opportunity in this home. And I really wanted to turn this privilege into serving. Because what do you do with a privilege? What does it serve you if you sit on it? And I mean this honestly. It's a privilege for me to use my privileges to serve. And that's why I started MEMPROW. I thought it would be a short-term thing. I actually said I will do it for 5 years. I will mentor a few girls, and then maybe finally I can retire. And then I started visiting schools. I started visiting universities. And when I heard the stories of girls, I knew it wasn't going to be a short-term thing. It wasn't going to do something I do for my pleasure. It was something I needed to do so that before I leave, I can look back and say, I left somebody behind who's going to do what I did. And I mean, this room is already full of the people who continue doing what I did. All your stories you tell me, and I had even forgotten about some of those things. Each one of you. When I do it, it's not for me. It's to say, how do I use a privileged life to do something good? But now I want to come to the story of why I need to live. I need to remember. As you say and as you see, I have so much energy, sometimes I don't know what to do with it. And my team, and I'm not saying this behind their back, they know that I remember things they don't remember. Not so. But you know that's really the biggest catch in our lives. When you think you have energy, when you think you know everything, when you think you are not going anywhere else because you are the best, that's the catch. And people have asked me, now who's going to do MEMPROW? Really? And that's the catch. These people are going to do MEMPROW because we've worked together. We had fears, but for those of you who are here, especially from women's organization, it has taken us 4 years with the board, 4 years to plan for this day today. We planned the transition. We mobilized resources for the transition. We did retreats to address our fears. And when last year, the majority of members of staff, except one, and she knows who she is, were at 99% acceptance of the change, we advertised. It is planned. But also, we invested in mentoring the people who are going to run the organization. So for me, replacing myself with people I know, they will not do it my way, and I'm not asking them to do it my way. And already, I can tell you, I watch the way they are working, and I'm saying to myself, why didn't I live earlier? Sincerely, and I mean this. They've done things that I haven't done in the last 12 years. And so I'm not afraid. I think what should make us afraid is if you think you are the only one who knows. If you are thinking you are the only one people should go to. If you think you are not replaceable, that's what should frighten us. Because when you go, then everything you build goes. And so I am happy today. I'm proud to be standing here to say I'm stepping out. I need to work on my mental also. I'm sharing, frankly. Institutionalizing change is a mental thing. It's not just a physical thing. Mentally, do we accept? My board members, do you accept? Mentally, even the board members, it took them a long time to get to 99%. But we know now that we did the right thing. And I think doing the right thing as you move along in your life is important. It's important. I know my father is one of those who, if you caught my father doing the wrong thing, yeah, you would want to go under the table. Robert, we all grew up not knowing that my father smoked. He hid it so well, none of us knew. Then one day he was taking me somewhere, and the packet of cigarettes fell out of his jacket. He looked at my face. I was a child. He looked at my face, and I thought he wanted to vanish. The embarrassment of being caught by his child smoking, by being caught doing something that he thought was not right, but he was doing it. I looked at his face and I pretended I had not seen that packet. Just to give him the ticket. So knowing that you are doing the right thing, I think is important. And I know that MEMPROW, they will know when they are not doing the right thing. And we built a team that is accountable to each other. I need a team that has skills, that has passion.